Hello. Oh, hold on. Let me start this.
Okay.
Okay. All right, here we are, babes.
Hello.
Hello. How are you doing?
I'm all right. How are you? I just took out some freshly dried laundry.
Nice.
Um, Nice and fresh and smelling good. So, um, yeah, I'm good.
We should say,
Or-
babes, that
Yes.
you've been out of town for a while and your
Hmm.
mom's visiting this weekend.
Yeah. Um, yeah, and quite unexpectedly, I might add, because I was not told a week or two in advance like I usually am told. I was told first the day before I left, which that wasn't planned very well because usually I would have been told a lot earlier than that. And then I said, well, I'm not going to be home. And then I get back home. I'm told that she's coming this week. so, so I'm like,
Well,
okay.
she is, but I'm not.
Oh,
Sorry, keep going, babes.
what have you? Anyway. Uh, Uh, yeah. But this time, her stay will be shorter than it usually is.
And you're going to lay down the law.
I will remind her. I'll say I will remind her. I won't be mean about it, but I will remind her that I need to be told in advance before, while they're in the planning stages, so that I don't get caught off guard like I was the time that she told me.
Well, and also your
It's like,
building has certain rules, and we want to respect those. Plus, you're going to need
ugh,
time to miss your mom.
yeah, yeah. I feel like I haven't had, that much time.
Yeah, I mean, we love her, but maybe we'd love her a little bit more if she was in the Philippines.
Who's we?
Everybody does. All the Jesus people.
Okay.
Yes.
Wait,
So, that's going to be interesting, but you're coming over here tomorrow so we can spend some time
you're
together.
you're cutting out here.
What about now?
Yeah, you're better.
Okay. Yeah, so I'm glad that you're coming over tomorrow so we can spend some time together before, you
Yes.
know, you get to hear about Jesus all weekend.
Um. Okay. Well, I don't mind that. I just you act as if it's a punishment for me. It's not.
It's a punishment for me.
Well, okay. Maybe you could learn some things.
Like patience.
Well, I don't know. That is something that um we all should work on for sure.
Hold on 1 second. I have a sweater on right now, and so I'm
Yeah.
going to take it off real quick. So I'm going to take off my headphones for just a second. Hold on. All right, that feels a lot better.
Okay. Did you just come back from a walk?
No, I was supposed to meet with my mental health professional over the phone, but we were
Huh?
having phone issues, so we couldn't make it
Oh.
happen.
Oh.
So he says that he called me, but my phone isn't showing any missed numbers. I
Oh no.
scrolled down to the last day we had a meeting, which was May 3rd, not that you
Huh?
wanted to know, and his number's not there.
Oh no.
Yeah, so it's been 2 weeks. He wanted
Huh.
to get together tomorrow, but that's obviously not happening because, I'm going to be with my Jaylo.
Oh.
We're going to try to do something within the next couple of weeks. But yeah, we didn't
Oh
get to
wow,
talk
that's
today.
weird.
hmm
Maybe it's like a settings problem.
I don't know. The phones can
That's
be
odd.
wacky now, so.
It can be a little wacky sometimes. Yeah, for sure. I'm sure you don't receive a person's text until later or what have you.
It's weird
Just
stuff.
wait. just wait, the person's number is going to pop up again
I know.
today.
He emailed me his number, but he didn't get my email until like 10 minutes before I called you, so we couldn't
Oh,
really do
that's
it.
weird.
Yeah, I know.
Well,
Babes,
sometimes,
sometimes what?
what?
No, you go ahead.
Sometimes those things are not meant to be.
I know.
Yeah.
I was thinking yesterday about the idea of free will, and I've always had issues with it. But particularly yesterday, it came into my head, can somebody really have free will if they don't have all the information available to them?
Okay.
So let me give you a quick example. Let's say that there's a little kid who doesn't know to stop eating chocolate because it might give him
Mhm.
diabetes, but nobody
Right.
gives him that information. So he just continues to eat chocolate because he likes it because he's little and he doesn't know any better. Nobody ever tells him, and then he goes to the doctor and finds out that he's dying because he overate chocolate.
Uh-huh.
Did that kid really have free will if he didn't have the full information available to him?
Oh, I think he did. And
Okay.
I'll tell you why. It's not that he didn't have the information available, is that um I don't know. I mean, assuming that he has parents,
He
okay?
doesn't. He's an orphan.
Okay, assuming that nobody is really taking care of him, maybe he's living in an orphanage and they're not taking care of the kids.
Mm-hmm.
Well, because he made that choice, and kids make choices too. Of course, they can choose to stay up late even though they're warned, or they can choose to eat chocolate even though they don't know any better. But I think because this kid made the choice to eat chocolate, even though he didn't know the health ramifications of how much chocolate he was consuming, that doesn't necessarily mean he doesn't have free will. Because he could choose not to eat the chocolate and eat something else, more of something else.
But
Um,
if no one ever tells him that it's bad for him until he goes to the doctor and finds out that he's dying, did he really have free will? Yeah, he could have stopped, but he didn't have the full information available to him like you and I do.
um, I think in some ways he did because he made that decision. Even if it was a bad decision, in hindsight, we think it's a bad decision, but he didn't know that it was a bad decision. I mean, just as much as parents have the free will to give their kids healthy food or junk food. And because he was only working with whatever he had, well, just like, I mean, kids make choices, because there are some kids that grow up in poor countries and they grow up alongside of a dump.
Correct.
And because they have only that to work with, they don't have a lot of options. So they make the choice every day to eat whatever is around them. So to say that he couldn't have free will because he didn't have enough information, I don't know that I would go there.
So you don't think that we necessarily need information to have free will, is basically what I think I hear you saying.
Well, the free will to make decisions, yes. I think that sometimes kids make decisions based on what they work with until they are told, oh, by the way, this is not good. But I think that is a part of free will
Right, but
because we all
that's
have, but because we all have a will, we all make decisions.
yeah, but we don't know how our decisions are going to impact ourselves or other people down the line. And if we did, we'd probably adjust the way we view our actions.
But even if a person says, hey, if you stay up late, you're not going to be able to concentrate the next day.
Hmm.
Okay. Even if a person gave them that information saying, hey, it's better that you go to sleep at an earlier time because if you do, you'll wake up more rested and you'll be able to concentrate with whatever you're doing the next day. And they could say, no, I'm going to defy this rule and I'm going to stay up as late as I want to and I'll see what happens tomorrow. So even if they have the information, they still can make a bad decision. So I can't. I'm not. I'm not sold on the idea that a person cannot have free will if they don't have enough information.
Okay. I think it's something to contemplate. And I'm not God, as well, some people would say that about me, right? We don't know if that's true or not.
Jokingly, that you are.
What's that?
Jokingly.
Some people
Jokingly.
would say that I'm not God.
And you're
And
not.
yeah, and then there are true believers. But
Jeez.
the fact of the matter
Or they're
is,
joking about it.
I don't know. We don't know enough to make informed decisions. So it sounds like you're just saying free will is the ability to make decisions and not the luxury of making an informed choice.
Not necessarily.
Okay.
Not necessarily. You can make decisions whether you're informed or not informed.
So it doesn't matter as far as free will is concerned.
I'm not saying it doesn't matter. I'm just saying that we have the will to make decisions because we're human.
Yes.
Whether they're bad decisions and we are informed, or they're good decisions. I'm sorry, whether they're bad decisions even though we're not informed, or bad decisions whether we're informed, or even good decisions.
Let me put it to you this way. Let's say you make a decision that leads to a lot of pain for people. And I don't know what that would be. Maybe
Mm-hmm.
voting for the wrong presidential candidate, or you're working for the FDA and you approve some drug, but the test results were faked, or something like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
And things turn out really bad based on your choices. But God knows that you didn't have all the information available to you at the time, and also knows had you had access to all the information you needed, you would have made a different choice that would have been a lot better. Do you think God takes that into consideration when judging you?
I can't answer that.
Wow.
No, I really can't answer that. That's a very, very that's a question that I just don't know the answer to at the moment.
Okay. At least you're honest about it.
No, I don't. I mean, I don't know. I can't tell you about what God thinks about everybody's decisions at the moment, because I'm not, I'm a different person.
Mm-hmm.
Their decisions are different than my decisions.
Let's
So
say
I really don't know.
let's say you make a decision that hurts a lot of people, but you only did it because you didn't have the full information. And had you known everything you needed to, you would have done a
Well,
different choice.
my opinion is this.
Mm-hmm.
God already knew what I was going to do before that, so it wouldn't surprise him whether I knew about it or whether I did know about it.
Oh,
So, but that's all I can say about that.
okay.
That's all I can say about that. So, nothing is hidden that nothing is hidden from him. So, whether I knew about it or whether I did know about it, he would know. So, I really, you know,
But you think
as far as
you would hope that he would take that into consideration, the reasons you made the wrong choice.
well, he would definitely judge me for all the wrong choices I made, for sure.
But maybe he would judge you less harshly if he knew that you made it based on getting wrong information.
I don't know that.
Oh, maybe
I
you'll
really can't.
maybe he'll make it
I
even
real.
worse.
Well, I don't know. I don't know that. I mean, as far as rewards go, if I um if all the works that I did on this earth are nothing but wood, hay, and stubble, for sure I'm going to lose something.
I don't know what that term means, but I'll take your word for it.
I think we talked about that before.
Wood, hay, and stubble? I don't think so.
Wood. Okay, so I don't really want to get into the
We
spiritual
we
thing.
can put this off until maybe tomorrow and revisit it if you want
Yeah,
to.
it's kind of it's a little bit complicated if you don't understand it, but
Okay.
that's it's we're going in the weeds of this.
Yeah.
I can't tell you what he's going to think about anybody else's decisions at the moment. I can only give my opinion on what would happen with my own decisions,
Yeah, it seems on
but
the
I can't go
surface
too far
though,
of it.
like if you do believe in a god, the god like setting a lot of traps for people to fall into.
I don't think he does. he's not that kind of a god that
Oh,
he would be so unmerciful to set traps for people, because that's just not. I don't believe that's the kind of God that I serve.
well, good.
Otherwise, he wouldn't be. He would be lying the whole time. But that's another that's another thing that we can discuss later.
Maybe if you're serving him, maybe he should stop going to Taco Bell. Oh,
What? Hey, hey, hey! What is that?
sorry. Wrong button on the machine.
Wrong sound. Was that a music thing? That was kind of cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we're assuming that it's, copyright free and all that stuff because it's sold with the
It's a
mixer.
cool tune.
Yes.
Whatever it is.
Yes. Copyright free, of course. It better be.
Okay, whatever.
And we only played it for a second. You told me the other day that there are no lawyers in heaven. And well, at least no lawsuits.
No, anything earthly that you can think about, I don't think it's there. Okay, so it's not like how we think of lawyer. I mean, there if there was, well, okay, let me phrase it this way. Because there is no sin in heaven, there will be no lawsuit.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
why would there
good.
be?
I don't know. And hopefully all the lawyers go to the bad place.
Oh my goodness. Well, I'd have to believe that there are lawyers that did some good things. Not every lawyer is a terrible lawyer.
No, that's true. Like one of the things that gets overlooked with Katanji Brown that I think is really cool is that she used to be a public defender. So, like, she has experience
Okay, I
defending the
really
little
don't
man.
want to talk
I'm
about
sorry.
Katanji Brown.
I keep bringing it back to politics. I love you.
No, I don't.
Okay, babes. Okay. Tell me about.
I
Go ahead.
no. Um,
Tell me about your trip a little bit. What was it like? You went to a friend's
um,
wedding.
I did. I did a lot of running around with going to restaurants and hanging out with her a little bit. She uh so I love my friend very much. I mean,
Yeah.
I've known her for a good 12 years now.
Yes.
But I kind of got this um I don't know if I want to go here first or if I want to talk about the wedding, because the wedding was actually really nice.
Tell me about when you left for your trip and then go into the wedding.
Well, there's nothing really to tell. I mean, I was busy pretty much every day because I was kind of hanging out with her, and she was kind of running around doing some things with making sure her truck was good and ready for going back to West Virginia, and making sure that her fiance stuff was going to be packed and ready to go for the big trip. Um, yeah, there really wasn't a whole lot to tell actually. Um, she so she got married on Saturday. It was very casual. She did wear a dress for her special day, and um we had the ceremony at this farm that her husband used to work at. And so the owner was nice to uh, give us that venue. And we had the ceremony under this little pop-up gazebo thing. It was like a tent, because it was kind of windy and a little bit rainy, but it wasn't like the weather wasn't too bad. It was kind of a mix
Yeah.
of sun, wind, and a little bit of sprinkles. Um, I played my flute while she walked down the aisle, and she was crying already.
Because you
She
were
said,
playing Dude
"Why?"
Looks Like a Lady.
No, no, I didn't.
Sorry, I've never
No,
met this woman. I'm sure she's perfectly lovely.
you're cutting out again.
I never met this woman. I'm sure she's perfectly lovely. It's just a joke that came into my head. I'm sorry.
Oh my goodness. Um, Not my favorite Aerosmith song, but Anyway, so I played while she was walking down the aisle, and the ceremony was pretty quick. There were some people there that her husband invited. That there was actually more people that he invited than her, and we just had some refreshments and uh, hung out and talked for a bit, and then we all went our separate ways, and then um, I took a nap because I don't think I had a very good sleep the night before. My sleep was kind of going my sleep was kind of weird. It was good for a while, and then it wasn't so good, and then now I think I'm back on track. Um, but anyway, the later on we all went to the pizza place and had some pizza, and it was nice. It was really good. And the next day, uh, went to church in the morning, grabbed some lunch, went to church in the evening, and headed back.
That's a lot of church.
I know.
A little bit too much.
Oh, I needed it, Bubby.
Oh, really? Have you been sinning a lot or what?
Well, I just haven't. I mean, I haven't found a church to go to here yet.
Oh,
To go here, uh, yet. So, um, but that's another thing to discuss
yeah.
later, or maybe not. But anyway, I so as much as I love my friend very much, I kind of had the feeling, you know, I know she wanted to make a life for her in West Virginia, a different life for her. But I just had this feeling that um, she left Oregon to get away from her problems. I mean, at least that's how I felt um, initially when she left.
Doesn't she have
Because
family in West Virginia?
no, she doesn't.
Okay, for
She
some
has no
reason,
family.
I thought that she had an older daughter who was out there.
No, you're thinking Wisconsin.
Gotcha.
She only has one child.
Nice.
No, no, she's in Wisconsin. Anyway, um, because she came, when she got back to Oregon for to get ready for the wedding, it just seemed like a lot of things were coming up for her. I mean, not coming up, but a lot of things, a lot of old wounds were brought up, and she's never seemed, it's never seemed to me anyway that she's really dealt with them. And I honestly think that even though she wanted to start off fresh again, I just feel like she she just wanted to leave to get away from her problems. And I have a feeling that if problems come up for her where she's at, then she'll probably run away again. I find I've noticed that with people lately. Have you noticed that?
That they are very bad at confronting their own issues, so they try to hide it, whether it's through
Yes.
moving or not looking at a particular situation. Yes, I think we all do that to some extent.
I don't want to be that kind of person that just never faces her problems and decides, "Oh, I'm going to make a different life for me by moving," without really confronting. Because I noticed that when she was in Oregon, she just seemed uh she seemed a little bit angry, and I don't know. I mean, I she's going through a lot of stuff too. So, and it's sad to see because she's just never dealt with those issues.
I know with me, when I notice something like that is happening with a friend, I'll usually file it off in the mental catalog and then talk shit about them with you or in a poem. But that's not really a healthy way to address a situation. So I'm wondering, did you
Yeah.
talk with your friend about your feelings about what may or may not be going through?
No, I haven't.
Oh, then I'm really rubbed off on you because you're doing what I do.
No, no, I just didn't think it was a good idea at the moment because she wants to, um, she wants to focus on the wedding and all that, and she's got a lot of stuff going on with her family, which isn't good, and I just didn't think it was a good time to do that. I don't know if I ever will. I have no idea. But I find that interesting too. And the same thing with the other, uh, I don't know if I call her friend now. The other one that I'm kind of distant from, um, the
You're
one
talking
that,
about the friend who reached out to you last year and said that she no longer wanted to talk with you.
not that one.
Okay.
No, 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 no. I'm talking about the one that we saw a few weeks ago
Who did we see a few weeks ago? Oh, don't tell me. Um,
on the bike trip.
okay. No. Oh, okay. That girl. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, that one, that one.
Yeah.
I kind of feel like I feel that she has been running away from her problems for a long time.
Hmm.
I don't know how I could talk to her about that. I don't know if I ever will because she seems like she's kind of made up her mind. Um, and she's kind of resigned to, oh, woe is me. Nothing will ever get better. Kind of like this Eeyore
I
attitude.
was just gonna say you should buy her some Eeyore pajamas for her next birthday.
Thanks for noticing me.
You're the first one.
I like Eeyore, but he is such a, he's so depressed.
That was my favorite character on that cartoon, which probably tells you a lot about me.
Yeah. One of my exes was very, very depressed, and that reminded me so much of him because he did identify with Eeyore, which is kind of funny.
My mom really liked Eeyore too. I remember back in the late 90s. So this was like after I was grown up. So
Yeah,
she didn't do it because I was a little kid. She
yeah.
had an Eeyore keychain.
Oh,
Yeah. And one day we go to, I think, Fred Meyer.
yeah.
The checkout lady who we'd seen, a whole bunch of times says, "Oh, I love Eeyore. He's my favorite character." My mom's like, "Yeah, me too."
What did you like about Eeyore? Was it just because of how he was portrayed in the cartoon?
It felt to me like he kept it real. And,
Uh-huh.
Pooh is addicted to honey. Piglet is just an enabler. Tigger is avoiding
An
emotional.
enabler?
Yeah, yeah, because he helps your man Pooh get the honey, right? He's
Well,
kind of
but
like his
Piglet is
assistant.
well, Piglet well, Piglet is also very, very timid. Very he's kind of scared a lot. You know what I mean?
I hear you. I see him as an enabler who maybe isn't an addict himself, but
How does
is.
Piglet help Pooh get the honey?
Babes, have you ever seen the show? He's always saying, "Oh, we could do this for the honey, we could do that," and all this stuff.
No, of course I've seen the cartoon, but I've never noticed Piglet being an enabler.
Has he ever fought back against Pooh? Maybe I haven't seen it as much as you have.
No, I mean I thought I kind of see Piglet as this timid, scared pig that doesn't know it. Sometimes he's a little bit timid.
That's like a
But
lot of enablers.
a lot of enablers.
Yeah,
Okay,
not all, but a lot.
okay. Um, so I mean I don't think of Winnie the Pooh in psychological terms.
But you asked me my thoughts about why I liked
I
your
know,
man
but I mean
Eeyore.
I'm just saying I'm just like so you appreciate the realness of Eeyore even though Eeyore is a cartoon character.
I thought that he kept it real when I was a little kid. Now, as I get older, I realize that, of course, obviously he's a cartoon character, but you can't be cynical all the time either. That's also
Oh,
a form of being fake. So when I was younger, I often mistook being depressed and angry with these are the people who are keeping it real because there's
Uh-huh.
so many examples in our society of people who put on this fake happiness, right? But as you
Uh-huh.
get older, you realize, okay, you may not be happy all the time. You may not think that everybody is great, but unless there's something really wrong with you, you're probably also not angry or depressed all the time either. So that is also a form of being fake. It's just a different extreme,
But
unless you
even
have
the
an issue.
but I've noticed that even the happiest people that look so happy on the outside
Yeah.
aren't always that way.
Oh, of course. Like
I
but
mean,
both parts are extreme. Like both things can be true. It can be true that you're fake if you always pretend to be happy, but it can always also be true that you're fake or have something wrong with you if there's always something wrong too.
right, exactly. I mean, and I'm learning as I get older that um if somebody asks me, "How are you doing today?" And if I feel like I'm doing fine, I'll say, "Hey, I'm doing really well today." Or sometimes I'll say, "You know what? I am really tired," or um, "I haven't been feeling good," or something to that effect. Like I haven't had a good morning,
Yeah.
and it feels so good to say that because I don't feel like I have to act like I'm okay all the time. I don't have to feel like I need to be this way around whoever it is because I feel so much better admitting, okay, I'm not doing good today, but I am hoping that my day will get better.
I hear you, babes.
And by the way, I am doing good today, just to
Well,
let you know.
well, good. I was about to ask. And also tell you a story. Before we started dating, maybe about 5 years earlier, I was at the Target, the same one where they gave me the hat.
Oh, okay.
But this was
Yeah,
a different time.
yeah.
And I'm in the checkout line, get to the front. The guy says, "How are you?" I say, "Good." "And how are you doing?" And he said, "I got in late today. I don't know what's going on." And at first, I'm taken aback by this. But then I start thinking, oh, it's really cool that he felt like he could be honest with me and just say that he's not sure how he's doing at his job.
Mm.
You know,
That reminds me of a story about me actually
go
when
ahead.
I was attending Multnomah University, and somebody came up to me and said, "So, how do you think you're doing this term?" I'm saying I'm having a rough time. I really am. I'm really behind. I just moved here and I'm just having it really rough. And she says, "I'm really sorry to hear that." And it felt so good for me to admit that because I didn't have to I didn't feel like I had to be fake around this person.
Was this somebody who you knew fairly well?
Um this was this was a staff member. I
Okay.
forgot who it was. It was a woman, I remember. I think it was a I forgot what she did at the university, but I think I was talking to this person while I was having lunch, and I said, "You know what? I'm really having a rough semester. I don't know what to do. I just moved here and it's just been really, really rough." And I felt good saying that to her because she knew what I was going through and I didn't have to feel like I was alone in it.
That's good.
Yeah.
I
It
remember,
really it is liberating. Huh?
yeah, this one time, babes, probably 2003. I'm living in Hawaii, and one of my friends says, "Rick, how are you?" And I said, "Do you want to know?" And he's like, "No." But then he also said to me, "You know what you should do, bro, is sometime when somebody asks you that question, you should just like really go off on them and tell them how you're really doing." And just like give them the full story of why you're upset. And that's always stuck with me.
Mm,
But you know what this guy used to do, babes?
what?
We were really good friends. I don't know. We fell out of contact when I moved, but I hope he's doing well. Is
Yeah.
he told me stories about when he was living in the Bay Area. And once
Mm,
in a while, he would get these traffic tickets.
mm,
So he would go to court over them and he'd tell the judge the story of his life and highlight the most depressing parts. And
yeah.
sometimes he'd start to cry when he's describing this. And he said that the judge would always dismiss the parking tickets.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Like, it was
Be,
different judges, but they'd all have the same reaction when
but
he
they
started
would
talking about things.
wow, because they saw it as like a hardship
Yes,
because
yes.
Wow.
This is a
I
super
don't
cool
know.
guy,
I
though.
mean, I don't know. I don't know that it's always appropriate to tell everybody the story. Well, think about I know I'm going to bring this up, but
Go ahead.
this is an example. Think about your one awkward date, right? And I know you're going to know where I'm going with this after
Yeah.
I say, when you ask this person, so how's everything going? And she replies by saying, "Oh, this is just horrible, and my life is depressing." And does that sound familiar?
It sounds like it could apply to a couple of women, yes.
No, I'm thinking of a specific one.
Are you thinking of the one we saw at the bike events?
Yes,
Yeah. It was pretty
yeah,
much
that
like
one.
that.
I honestly think that that is just not a good time to tell your depressing story about your life.
Literally our first date, and she goes off about how her family mistreated her growing up. It was very sad.
It is. I mean, I knew about some of the things over the years, but I mean, it's so sad to see that because of all those things. I mean, how I don't know. It's just very sad to see that how this person is now. It's just
Yeah, and
I don't know how to.
you didn't even have to buy her dinner to hear all those stories.
No, no, I could get that for free
Nice.
if I really wanted to. No cost here.
Nice. Very good, babes.
I mean, I just think that there are appropriate times to tell your story, and there are definitely inappropriate times that you should not do that, especially if it's on a first date of all things.
Exactly. I completely agree with you, babes.
But I
I haven't made mistakes as bad as that, but I've definitely gotten deep on first dates.
yeah, especially ours.
Oh, what ifs?
I mean, those are just questions I usually don't get asked on first dates.
About politics. Well, I just assumed that you were non-religious and a lib.
Yeah, but that was your problem. You assumed it. You didn't ask.
Well, wait a second. I assumed it on the fact that we met at an artistic event and that we had talked on the phone like a couple weeks before the date, maybe a week before, and you spent half the time bad mouthing Mormons.
I didn't spend half of the time doing
It
that.
was like three
And,
fourths of the
and
time.
by the way,
Yeah.
somehow that got brought up. I don't know. I don't remember how it got brought up. You were also part of the conversation too, so it
Yeah,
wasn't
but
like
it's
I
known
was.
that I'm not religious. I
Oh
wouldn't
my god.
expect a good Christian woman like yourself to do this type of thing.
Well,
But in fairness to me, it also does go back to my theory that most blind women are conservative and religious.
I do not believe that for a second. I think that there are blind women that are uh, just as worldly as other blind men are. I think it's the same way with sighted people. You got just as much, just as many people that are not religious as far as people that are. I mean, it's a mixed bag.
I
But
definitely
I don't think your theory stands very well.
I definitely know liberal, spiritually leaning, or atheist blind women, but I'm saying they're the exceptions to the rule.
Yeah, but you're basing that on the people that you actually know
But
or
I've known a
people that
lot of
you.
people in the blind community.
I understand that, but to say that most of them are is, I think you're generalizing it here.
And I liked how I said that, and you immediately proved my point on our first date.
Yeah, but that was me. That wasn't just anybody.
Are you a blind woman, babes?
Yes, I am.
Because I said that, and I said, well, who would you not date? And you said, oh, a liberal, non
Well, I
religious
said
man.
I would. I don't know that I would.
Okay.
There's a difference.
Yes, yes, yes.
Bubs,
What?
it's already been almost 4 years, and you got me already.
No,
What are you
it's
complaining
been more
about?
than 4 years since our first date.
Well, it's a little bit more than 4 years, but
Yeah.
whatever. Who's counting?
Bob, you already been your mic.
I say that sarcastically.
Oh my goodness. Well, I'm glad you know how to count there, Jaylo.
Mm,
Maybe I should be a little bit less glad.
what?
I don't know.
A little bit less what?
Glad that you know how to count.
Okay, what else?
Do you know your multiplication tables?
Yes, I do.
Oh, good.
Um, when I get to like the higher numbers, that gets a little bit tricky. But
Nice. Well, I love you,
you know what I
babes.
always had a hard time with was long division. I hated long division.
I hear you. It can be
Oh,
a mental exercise depending on what day you ask me. Like some days I'm on point with it, and other days I really need to just think about it.
I hate. I really did not like long division. I mean, so when I was a kid, I did a lot of math problems with abacuses.
I
Have
remember
you ever done?
those. Yes.
Okay, so I got as far as long division, but that was really, I mean, that was a long process. I couldn't tell you how it went because I was trying to figure out, okay, I put what in the tens place, I put what in the hundreds place. It was like, oh my goodness,
Hey,
it was
babes.
so confusing. What?
Babes, I just thought of a joke.
What?
What's the best musical encounter ever?
What?
An abacus? Ah, ah. Hold on. Let's do that over. Let's do that over. Because I pressed the wrong button again. Babes, what's
Yes.
the best musical encounter ever?
What's that?
An abacus?
That's so bad, but
Sorry. It's a dad joke that I just
it's
made
not
up.
even spelled that way.
I'm dyslexic. What do you expect?
No, no, it's okay. No, no, that was all right. Yeah, abacus.
Yes.
Yeah. So the long division process on the abacus, I couldn't even tell you because it was so long, and I was just so
I
tired
hear that a
at the
lot.
end of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been hearing that since third grade.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay,
How it's so
whatever.
long and it gets you so tired. But back to the abacus babes. No, all jokes aside, um, they're fun to work with, but let's be honest, they kind of got overthrown by the calculator, in my opinion. The
Oh,
abacus.
you mean the calculator was used more than the abacus?
Yeah, I think the abacus is a victim to technology in a lot of ways.
I think I would agree. I mean, I had an abacus for a good 10 years until it broke, but I I used it quite a bit.
You can still get them; they're really cheap.
Where?
I think Amazon has them for maybe less than $20.
Wow,
Yeah,
that's impressive.
because I think I searched for abacuses during the beginning of the pandemic.
Hmm, interesting. Huh.
Hmm.
Yeah, because I remember seeing this story and I wasn't sure if abacuses were only used for blind students, but anyone can use one. And I think there was like a story about these kids that were doing some crazy math stuff on the abacus, and it was in like a classroom. Um, and I thought that's kind of cool
Yeah,
to
no,
have it.
no, no. Sighted students use them too. I remember watching the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles when I was a little
Huh?
kid, and there's an episode
Huh?
where they use an abacus.
Really?
Yeah,
Ah, I've seen like really huge, well, maybe not huge, but the abacus beads were bigger.
yeah, I've seen those too.
Those are like those are crazy big. I'm like, these are a little too big for my fingers.
But it's kind of nice. It's like the
It is.
jumbo braille.
Yeah, I don't like jumbo braille. Yeah, but I do feel bad for the people that have neuropathy in their fingers
Yeah, and they have to use it.
and they have to use it. Yeah, but I'm reading it. And I'm like, these are just way too big. The dots are way too big.
Nice,
Hmm.
nice. So, babes, did we cover everything about the wedding that you wanted to talk about?
Um, yes, Yes, we did.
What about your depressed friend who's into biking?
The what?
Your depressed friend who's into biking.
Oh, that one. What
Yeah.
about her?
Do we talk about her enough? Do you want to talk about her more? Maybe give her a
Not really.
call.
I mean,
We could call her
I
up.
just, no, I don't have her information anymore.
I thought you had her email.
No, no, I gave her my email,
That's right. Okay.
and still I haven't heard from her. But anyway, just as well.
Oh.
No, I just think that both people that I know, some longer than others, I just feel like I really hope that one day they really do confront their problems, because if they don't, they're going to grow up to be old and bitter women.
They're already grown up, babes.
Okay, they're going to grow older and bitter.
And end up in hell.
I don't know about that.
They will both be there.
Bubs.
Unless you save them.
Bubs.
What?
Stop it.
Sorry, babes. I didn't know. So how does that work then? Like, if somebody believes in Jesus but is bitter their entire life, do they go to hell when they die, or what happens in that situation?
You know, well, there's some people that thought that that they um that they were, until it was too late. Um, I so there are, I mean, for sure there are bitter Christians, and it's very, very sad to see.
Mhm.
But I think that um that if they were really Christians, I think, yes, for sure they would be judged for their bitterness. I think they would still be able to go to heaven, but they would also be judged by a lot of the decisions they made because of their bitterness
That makes sense.
and whatever was in there. Yeah, and they're judged according to what was in the person's heart at the time.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well,
So,
that makes me feel
and
good
other things.
because I have a good heart.
Oh my goodness.
Flash forward to like tonight at 6 when I have my heart attack.
Bubs.
No, but you hear what I'm talking about, babes.
Right.
It mentions that in that Lee Strobel book that you had me read, The Case for Christ, where he's like, I forget who he's talking to, but he's talking to some guy, and he's like, it seems a little bit harsh that you'd go to hell for like ever. And the
Well,
guy's,
yeah, but
and
hold on a second.
I
I
was
just
just about
listened to
to
that.
say what
Right.
it says in the book, and the guy's like, yeah, but usually the crime is, or the punishment is proportional to the crime and all that stuff. You were about to interrupt me. Go ahead.
I listened to that just this morning,
Okay.
actually. Did you listen farther to his explanation
I
about that?
listened to the entire book.
I know,
And he
but do you
talked
understand?
about how like nobody's gonna walk away from God saying that they were judged too harshly, something to that effect, right?
Yeah, do you understand what that all meant, though?
Give me your interpretation.
Okay, so my interpretation is this. God doesn't send people to hell, but people end up sending themselves to hell because when they make the decision to defy God and just to reject him completely, that's exactly what they want. That's exactly what he was saying. He wasn't saying that God wants people to suffer, because he doesn't want people to suffer, but that also means that God hates evil, and if he didn't hate evil, then people would not. If he didn't hate evil, then he would just let them go. He would
Okay,
just let them.
my interpretation of it is obviously different than yours, but the way I thought about it was God will take into account everything that happened in your life. So maybe you might get a pass if enough bad stuff happened, and that's why you assume the wrong things.
No, you're not going to get a pass.
Ah,
You're not going to get a pass
shit.
because this amount of bad stuff happened, or this amount of good stuff happened. Even if you do go to heaven, you're still going to be judged for all the bad things you've done. But it's not going to be the kind of judgment when a person does go to hell.
Yeah.
It's going to be a totally different judgment. But if a person goes to hell, it's on them, and it's not God's doing, because um, they openly defied and rejected God for the whole entire course of their life. And because of that, they have to face that consequence. And by the way, in the Bible, it does say that God even grieves for the ones that are in hell.
Then let them in. Once they
Well,
figured out they
well,
did
no,
wrong.
because they have to face the consequence. Because if they didn't face the consequences, then God would not be just.
Yeah, but do they have to face the consequences till the end of eternity? Like maybe give them like a couple years there, and then like say,
Eternity,
"All right, we're letting you in."
yeah, but eternity is eternity. That's forever and ever and ever. So you cannot, once you made a decision and you go and you die, you cannot take it back.
Do you really believe that a loving God grieves for the people who are trapped in hell for eternity when God could easily change that?
Yes, but they made that decision, was what I'm trying to say. They made that decision. That's what they wanted. So they're going to spend eternity without God because of their own decision.
No,
It
wait a
isn't
second.
God.
Wait a second. Is that what they wanted, or is that what they did, not knowing that these would be the consequences because they didn't have the firm grasping of the Bible that, let's say, you have?
I believe it's what they wanted. Now, I can't say that for every single person, but I'm saying that generally. I mean, I know that there are people that maybe thought until it was too late um, that they were saved, but they weren't. That's a totally different thing that I don't really want to discuss right now. But
Okay, I'm just saying I find the whole, oh, he grieves for you, but he's going to let you punish for the rest of eternity or suffer. I find that difficult to believe.
yeah, but you're saying that God wants people to suffer, and that's not the case. What Lee Strobel was trying to, I believe, was trying to get across in that section, and what the scholar, I forgot what his name was. Um, I think it was the pastor in California.
Yeah, I
Anyway,
don't remember his name, but I know who you're talking about.
I think it was Louis Lapide. I just read that. I'm just reading that section. But
Louis.
anyway, I think what he was trying to implement, and that also would require further studying for you,
Oh, and for
is
you too.
yeah, um,
Oh, yeah,
is
but
that
yeah, sure.
what?
No, go ahead.
What did you say?
And you're like, I think I will require further studying for you. And then I said, and for you too. And you're like, yeah, Bob, sure. And then you just moved on. Okay, Bobs.
But what I think what he's trying to implement is that um, people make decisions, and decisions have consequences. And um, when a person dies in their sins, mostly it's because they choose to do that. They have chosen to reject God for their entire lives, and um, and even until the hour that they die. And because of that, it's it's because of their own unbelief. It has nothing to do with God sending them there, because it does say in the Bible that hell is for the devil and his angels. It's not supposed to be for humans.
Then don't send humans there. He makes the rules. But
I'm just no, he doesn't send them there. We send ourselves there. That's what I'm trying to say.
I would push back a little bit just by
Why?
saying that you're assuming that somebody goes into their life and says, I'm going to reject God forever and ever and just live in sin and then die. And I think the reality is a little bit more complicated than that. So
It's not that complicated.
it can be complicated. Let's say somebody tried to believe in God when they were a little kid, but they got molested by a preacher, or they got scammed out of, or they saw their parents get scammed out of money because somebody claiming to be into Jesus, pulled a trick on them, or there are many different reasons why people don't believe. And I think just to say they just decided to reject God and live in sin, there's a little bit more to it than that.
Well, hold on a second. People have had some bad circumstances, and it's unfortunate. But there are people that have decided that in spite of their, in, despite all their circumstances and in spite of all of that, they they did come to faith in Jesus, and they decided that um, I'm not going to walk through this life by myself, and I'm going to give my problems to Jesus and have Him help me through this life. But others have decided that they were not going to do that.
Okay.
So,
The thing that I think that you're missing, and sorry to interrupt you, is
and you
with
always do.
oh, thank you. With the people who had a lot of adversity and still came back to Jesus, we don't know what type of help they were getting. So, for example, maybe they had some medical stuff or what have you, or maybe their parents got killed, but besides for that, they had a strong family unit there to support them, or they had really good friends who helped them through difficult times, where the person who just chooses not to believe in Jesus didn't have that social safety net that the believer ended up having.
Yeah, but you're assuming that they didn't have a social safety net. Some of them do.
Some of them do, but not all of them.
Some of them do, and not all of them do. But I'm saying, you know, it's like it's different for everybody.
Of
You
course.
know, it's different for everybody. Um, but there are people that that do outright reject him for whatever reason. Um, whether it's circumstances, whether it's because God didn't come through for me when I wanted him to, whether it was something to that effect. But I think we should move on because we're getting in the weeds with this subject.
We are getting in the weeds, but let's just say that we very, very, very much disagree on this.
And I think that you should really study this.
I think you should too, babes. And we could
I
look
should
at
too.
different religions too. Let's, come on, let's learn some Hinduism here. Let's see what's going on there, babes.
No, I don't think so.
You know what thought I had the other day, babes? And you're going to completely hate this, but I should at least tell you what's on my mind, right? So you
Yeah.
know how they say that like Jesus is the only path to God, right?
Hmm.
And that Christianity has been around for thousands of years, all that good stuff. But
Hmm.
then we know about like all of these weird tribes out, not weird tribes, but weird to us, tribes out there, or different faiths that have fallen through the cracks of history, where they would have different ideas of what heaven was. How do we
Hmm.
know that there's not some obscure faith out there that we don't even know about now, but that was popular, let's say 10,000 years ago, that was the right way to believe? And because we
Well,
don't believe,
remember,
go ahead.
remember in the beginning of Lee Strobel's
Yeah.
book when he was talking to these scholars, and remember when one of the scholars brought up about Zoroastrians.
Yeah, that was actually what came to my mind is
Yeah,
Zoroastrianism, even though it's still
because
kind of a thing.
because if I mean if you really wanted to, because I think it's kind of interesting what he said that Zoroastrian actually came after such and such and such.
Hmm.
And then this it sounded like the I forgot who was talking about that, which scholar was, but it sounded like he was doing a lot of history into um all these different faiths like Buddhism. um Buddha came after such and such or before such and such. So that and this and this made it very inaccurate. And I just think it's kind of interesting.
Yeah. And Buddhism doesn't claim to be true, by the way. At least the way I understand it. It claims to be a tool that helps you get across the river. But if there's a better tool that'll help you, use that. And once you're across the river, the tool that you used is no longer helpful. So, like, the river is this lifetime, the tool is the template of Buddhism that you use.
Okay.
So, it's like, you know how I like to meditate, babes?
Uh-huh.
Well, that's great that it helps me. But let's say I find something that works even better than meditation. I should stop using meditation.
Hmm.
I don't know if that's a good example or not, but I'm
I
Rick.
I think I understand what you're talking about.
Well, good. So
Yeah.
hopefully you'll believe in the right stuff there, Jaylo, but I have my doubts.
Oh my goodness.
But I still love you, babes. I just don't want to see you going to hell. Oh. Here's the question I was going to ask you, babes, and then we're going to drop this. Let's
Yeah, because
say
Okay.
let's say that Christianity is correct, but it's
Hmm.
not your form of Christianity that's right. Are you at all concerned that you might be going to hell because you don't believe in the right form of Christianity?
Um. Well, what? Okay.
So
Wait.
you know how there's all this talk about there's different churches within the idea of Christianity.
Yeah.
And you've told me this before that a lot of people who believe in Jesus are going to hell because they don't believe in the exact right form of Jesus. And I'm just wondering, are you ever concerned that you don't believe in the correct form of Jesus?
No.
Tell me why. And then we'll move
No.
on and have some fun.
No, because I think that there are differences between the Jesus of the Bible that I read than a Jesus that somebody else is making up.
Mm,
And if I believe that my Bible is inerrant and it is infallible, then everything about Jesus in this Bible is going to be true the way that it is presented. And anything outside of that, even the Apostle Paul said, if anybody preaches another Jesus, if anybody preaches another gospel, let him be accursed. So if Paul is preaching about the right Jesus, if Peter, Paul, um,
Mary.
Matthew, not Mary,
Sorry.
um, Peter and Paul and the other apostles that were preaching the gospel to the people that they were preaching to, whoever it was, in whatever city, then anything outside of that, I would be very, very cautious about.
Wow. That's interesting to me, babes. I hope you're.
Well, good. I'm
I hope for
glad
your
you.
sake you're
It's making me
correct.
think.
It's making me think, but it's making me think. What if Jesus is the right path, but you're going down the wrong path of believing in Jesus? But I still love you, babes.
Bubs,
What?
Bubs,
What's up?
what else?
White House.
I will. I am glad you are asking these questions, and I'm glad that you are willing to, um, really think about it. I mean, you may not understand it, and I understand that you don't understand it. But I'm glad that you're willing to talk about it because some people just will not, will definitely shy away from it.
Well, I'm open, babes. I believe in Jesus? No. But do I believe that there is a higher power that I don't understand? Yes.
Do I believe that someday you will? Possibly.
I'm not
Do I?
even sorry, go ahead.
But I mean that I mean only time will tell what happens with
Well,
that.
and
But
also,
I,
just because I believe in a higher power doesn't mean I believe in an afterlife.
and that's another thing you should study
What's that?
as well. Maybe I'll give a lesson on the afterlife
Oh.
one of these days.
Listen, I don't not believe in an afterlife. I just don't know what happens when you die. And I don't think that you do either.
And that's a good place to start. That's a good place to start because a lot of people ask that question.
Yeah, and I'm not convinced that you know what happens. I think you know, but I don't think you really do. But I could be wrong.
That's your opinion,
That
but
is my opinion. I have no evidence to back that up. For all I know, you know exactly what happens when you die. But I have my doubts.
uh-oh.
Oh, 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 oh.
Lee Strobel also wrote a book called The Case for Heaven as well.
Really? I got to
Yeah,
tell you
I
what. Sorry, go ahead.
you gotta tell me what?
I got to tell you what happened this morning, babes.
Uh-oh.
It's not that bad. I
Okay.
went to bed around 10. I woke up at 10:27 because I really had to pee. And then I'm thinking, "Oh, there's no way I'm going to get back to sleep and how can I be up at 10:27?" And within another minute I was out, which is great.
Uh-huh.
Get up again after 3 and I'm awake. And I go on Goodreads because I'm looking for something to read.
Hmm.
And I entered in the wrong Lee Strobel book. So instead of entering in that I read The Case for Christ, I entered in that I read The Case for Christmas. And
Oh
now
no.
I can't remove it from my reads list. So it looks like if you go to my Goodreads list, it looks like I read The Case for Christmas. Now I added The Case for Christ, but now
Yeah.
there's this other book in my reads list that I never read.
So what exactly? So I've heard of Goodreads. I know that people like to comment on things that they read, but what is that actually?
I love Goodreads. It's basically a social media app for people who are into books. So you go there and you can rate the books that you like and also write reviews on them. And then you can follow other people who you think have good taste in books. For
Hmm.
example, I have two good friends of mine who I turned on to Goodreads, and they follow me and I follow them just so I could get a sense of what they're reading. And if they give a book a good review, I'm more likely to check it out myself. So it's a lot different than like Facebook where you just say, "Hey, I just got done using the bathroom and isn't that great?" It's a social media app just based around reading. And sometimes what they'll do is Goodreads will reach out to people and say, "Hey, we know that you like this book from so and so. We're going to be doing a Q&A with them. Do you want to submit a question?" The example I can think of, Patty Smythe. Is it Smythe or Smith? She wrote a book called
That's Smythe.
Smythe. She wrote a
Yeah.
book back in the day called Just Kids, which is amazing.
Hmm.
And I think I gave it a 5-star review. She was
Hmm.
coming out with another book. I forget the name of it, but the second book actually really sucks. And
She's the same lead singer for Scandal, right?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
Uh, um, and you should read Just Kids at some point. It's really good. But anyway, they reached out to me, Goodreads, and said, "We noticed that you really liked her first book. We're going
Hmm.
to be doing a Q&A with her. Do you want to submit a question?"
Wow.
Unfortunately, I got the email like a day late. But
Oh.
if you stay on top of that stuff, you could potentially ask some authors questions. And sometimes different authors will post on Goodreads what they're reading.
What was Just Kids about?
It's about her relationship with Robert Mapplethorpe. They dated for a little while before it came out that he was gay, and they
Oh,
had an apartment in New York City, and I want to say the late 60s slash early 70s, and it's about just them being friends.
so they were dating for how long?
I think a short amount of time, maybe like a year or even less than that, but they continued being close until he died.
Oh, wow.
It's a
And
really
and
good book.
they and did she end up marrying somebody else?
If I remember right, she's currently married to John McEnroe.
Oh, the one that was married to Tatum O'Neal.
Yeah, and he's like a tennis player, I want to say.
Yeah, I heard some mixed things about that guy.
They mention him in that House of Pain song, Jump Around.
Okay, I think I had to think about the lyrics. But
I
anyway,
could sing it for
yeah,
you if
he
you
was.
want, but I don't have to.
But no, I don't think so. Yeah,
I know
because
the lyric.
John McEnroe was married to Tatum O'Neal for a while.
Yeah, I think that's if I think I'm remembering that right, and they are married. But she was with somebody else before him. I just don't know who it was.
Okay.
Yes. So that's what happened on Goodweeds.
Yep.
They Jaylo.
Yeah, Patty Smythe. I don't know much of her music. I know she was with Scandal. She did a duet with Bryan Adams.
Nice.
Yes,
Well, good.
yes.
After you finish your current read, babes,
Hmm.
we're finally going to get to One Day.
Yes,
Are you excited about
I'm.
it?
I'm excited to hear about it, especially since I heard about that one with the woman getting a new heart,
Yeah.
and how it came out of a tragedy, and that she's still alive today. I think she is.
At least it was when the book came out a few years
And
ago.
when, yeah, yeah,
I want to say it came out in 2018.
right.
Oh, by the way, babes, did you hear what's going on in North Korea?
No, I didn't.
They have I know you're not a big COVID person, but they
No.
have, I guess, their first breakout of COVID. And it could be really devastating because they have medical technology from the 1950s, and everybody there is like malnourished and already has like underlying health conditions, anyways. So I want to
What are
say,
they?
what?
Wow. Yeah, because I'm sure that a lot of the North Korean citizens, especially the older people, because they have underlying health issues, it's going to be very, very hard for them.
They're saying it could be a massacre then. And Kim Jong Un his government has said that like 50 people had died, and a lot of people are speculating in the media that since he's saying that many have died, it's probably a lot higher than that. And the outbreak just started a couple weeks ago.
Huh. Well, what I don't understand is why couldn't they? I mean, that's tough because South Korea and North Korea are not allies.
Right.
So they can't just take someone from North Korea and get them treated in South Korea and then bring them back.
They've offered them medical supplies, and Kim Jong Un has rejected it.
Wow.
We've offered it to them. South Korea has, and I believe so is China.
And they just don't want to take any medical advice or medical things,
Supplies, yeah.
supplies. Wow.
Yeah. So they're saying that it might be like, when all said and done, it might be the highest death rate in a country from COVID in North Korea.
Well, I don't think it's from COVID.
Oh my
I
goodness.
I no 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 no. What I mean is because of all the malnutrition that they've gotten and because of the um because it's so many things are scarce, then it doesn't surprise me that they would it would lead to a lot of deaths because they were already in dire need before this.
That is true.
So to blame it on one virus, I think is a step too far.
No, but it
Um,
definitely doesn't help, though.
it doesn't help, but I think that they were also in dire need even before this. So it's just it's contributing to this,
Absolutely.
but I don't think it's the only contributor.
Oh my goodness.
What?
No, I love you, babes.
I'm just saying. I'm just giving you my opinion, bub.
Good, babes.
Good, yes.
We did not talk this morning, and I'm
No.
curious, what did you get into?
Well, before let's see. I slept pretty well last night. Um, I got up about 4:30, 5 o'clock. Had some breakfast, took a shower, and all that kind of chilled out for a little bit. Did my laundry around 8. Um, and then while I was waiting for my laundry to stop, to be washed, I went back into the book and so and so that's where I was talking to you about where I left off.
Nice.
And then yeah, I was in the book after before you called me, and then
Oh, good.
I just got my laundry out of the dryer.
Oh, I'm glad to hear that, babes.
Yeah,
Yes.
and I might wash some more tomorrow because I'll have some time in the morning I think
Oh, good.
to do that. Yeah.
Did you already make
So
your appointment to come over?
I will after I get off the phone with you.
Do you want to come over a little bit later so you have more time, or what?
Um, you know what? I think 10 is good actually
Oh, good.
because I
Good,
don't
good.
want to come. I don't want to come over too late
Yeah.
because I want to spend as much time as possible. Okay.
I know, because I might never see you again.
What?
Yeah.
Yes, you will.
Okay, good. Well, what if
Yeah.
I die? Okay.
Bubs, you're not gonna die.
Oh, well, then why do I have to learn how to worship Jesus
You
if I'm
will.
never
You
going
will
to die?
eventually die. I don't think it's gonna be that soon, though.
So let's say somebody comes. Never mind. I'll save that question for another time.
Huh?
I was going to say, let's say somebody comes to you and they have definitive proof that they're never going to die. Would you recommend that that person becomes a Christian? Because if they're not going to die, then they'll never go to heaven or hell.
Well, I would question how they know that they were not gonna die before I even talk anything about that.
Okay. That's fair.
I would have to have definitive proof that they knew for a fact that they were immortal.
They inspired the movie The Man from Earth, so there is no proof.
Oh, it's such a bad movie.
I know.
Oh, and so is Fat City. Ugh.
I know. Oh, babes, I feel so disappointed. This weekend, you were out of town, and I was very excited to show my friends His Girl Friday, which we both love for obvious reasons. I
Yes.
show it to them. One of my friends leaves the room early, doesn't even say anything. And at the
Wow.
end of it, the other friend is just like, That was way too fast paced for me. I don't understand anything that happened in the movie.
You weren't paying attention.
I know. I was just like, well, I don't get it, guys. I thought it was a classic.
That is such a fun movie. And you kind of have to keep up with them because it was a fast
Yeah,
talking,
you do have to pay
you
attention.
know, you really had to pay attention because they were fast talkers and it was in the 50s, right?
No, it was early 40s.
Oh, I'm sorry, it was in the 40s and it was a different kind of newspaper. Oh, that was so fun.
It's a great movie,
That's such
babes.
a fun movie, and the chemistry between Cary Grant and Rosalind Russell as exes is so funny. I feel bad for her fiance.
I do too. Well, I'm
He didn't
talking.
seem to care though.
Yeah, I'm talking to these guys tonight, and they give me any shit, which they might. I'm just gonna say, hey, I thought it was a classic. Alana loves it. Google the movie yourself if you disagree with us.
It was so good. It was
Yeah,
so good.
it is.
That's probably I think you're right about that. It's like my favorite Cary Grant movie.
I
You
think,
gotta watch more of those.
yeah, to me, To Catch a Thief and North by Northwest are close, but I
Yeah.
have to give the nod to His Girl Friday.
Yeah, I also love To Catch a Thief and North by Northwest.
Yeah,
Yeah, because I think North by Northwest kind of reminds me of like a journey.
I could see that. It is when you think about it.
Yeah, and you know how the couple end up, you know how where the couple ends up at the end of the movie. You know,
Where he ends up, really.
I'm sorry,
I
where
mean,
he ends
it's
up. Yeah,
the two of them, but I hear what you're saying.
yeah, and then was he was also in Philadelphia Story, right?
Yeah, and he was great in that.
That's so funny. It's such a funny movie. Nice bubbly.
So, babes,
Yeah.
the I'm here Sunday night and I have to pee, and you hadn't called
Okay.
me. So I go into the bathroom, I start peeing, and midstream, my phone starts ringing. Run out, get urine all over myself. Pick up the phone, and it's you. And
Did that really happen?
yes, I really, yes, except for the getting urine all over myself.
Oh, okay.
I get this sad song and dance about how my mom's coming into town, meaning your mom, and we got to do something. But as a result, we haven't really discussed what we're going to make tomorrow. Um,
No.
I can make us some pizza if you want.
Oh, I don't mind. I mean, I'd be happy with pizza or spaghetti or I mean, even if we were Chinese food, I don't really care, honestly.
Oh, good, 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 good. Because
I
I can make us a few things. It's just that we didn't talk about it, and I
no, I didn't even think about it either. I was just thinking, yeah, well, it's I don't get to go to your house as often as I used to, but
yeah, yeah. I found this.
I first
Oh no, go ahead.
what?
I was just gonna say I found this really good Tuscan chicken recipe, but I doubt if
Ooh,
I got it, we'd have enough time for the chicken to thaw safely.
right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but you were about to
Yeah.
say something, babes.
No, yeah, I was just gonna say that I didn't even think about it either because I thought, oh, maybe we'll just figure something out because,
Yeah.
you know,
Oh yeah.
um, yeah, I'm happy with whatever you want to make. Also too, we're not gonna have this thing with like you bringing pans to the table again, are we?
That was one time, babes,
I'm just saying, Bubs.
and I was
You,
scared out of my mind.
I understand.
And it was a rough day because I had written an essay for a friend the night before. I stayed up till like 3 in the morning, and she only took like
Uh-oh.
3 lines from it.
Really? Oh,
Yeah.
well. Oh, yeah, you told me about that. Yes.
Yeah. So my mind wasn't completely all here, anyways.
Uh-oh.
Yes.
Yeah, because I'm thinking, okay, normally you would not even think about taking the pan to the table. And yeah,
Exactly. Exactly.
it's like, yeah.
But, life is tough and
Well, sometimes
I've grown.
we have our off days just like everybody else does.
Exactly. Exactly, babes. Yes. Yes. Yes.
Exactly.
Yay.
Okay.
Babes, is there anything you
Yes.
want to talk about?
Um, I don't know. I don't know. I think we talked about a lot
We did.
already. I don't know what I want to talk about. You want me to bring your water bottle? Do you want me to wash that? Do you want me to fill it up with water?
You know what?
What do you want?
That would be great if you washed it and put some new water in it. I'd love that, babes.
Okay,
Yes, yes.
I can do that.
I did write down my dreams when you were away, but we can save that for
Yeah.
another time if you want.
Oh, that would be great. I mean, did you have some pretty weird ones?
I did. Do you want me to go
Mm.
through them now, or do you want to wait until the next time we get together?
Why don't you go through some of them? I mean, you don't have to go through all of them.
I'll
I
go
don't.
through like the last one I had. How about that?
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Let me see. This will take just a minute. Let's see. May 16th. All right, it was okay. So the basic what happened on May 16th, I had this dream that I went to an NFB meeting in
Mm-hmm.
Denver, Colorado.
Yep.
And they usually did meetings on with Saturdays when I lived there, so I was excited because it was a Saturday. But the
Uh-huh.
entire time, I'm thinking about buying this new router for $80, and the
Mm-hmm.
router is being sold at either the 7-Eleven or the Dollar Tree across from where I used to live. It wasn't a 7-Eleven; it was the gas station. But anyways,
It's hilarious.
after the meeting, I go get the Wi-Fi router and am super excited to get home, and then I wake up.
And then you wake up.
Yes, that's my dream.
Oh, that's funny.
And I'll save the other dream or two for another time in the near future.
Tomorrow?
Either tomorrow or when we get together again next Friday.
Okay. That's odd though. Why would you? That's so funny that you would get a router at 70 or the gas station in the Dollar Tree, which
Or the Dollar Tree. I
usually,
don't remember which one it was.
yeah, yeah, whatever it is, because usually when you go there to get stuff, you get, there's a lot of stuff you get for convenience.
Yeah, exactly.
That's kind
This
of
place
funny.
for snacks or like frozen pizzas or whatnot.
That is so funny.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah. What about you,
And
babes? Oh, no, go ahead. You can ask me anything you want.
I did not have any dreams lately that I can think of.
Nice. Did you want to ask me anything? It sounded like I may have interrupted you.
Um, no, I was just thinking about that. That's such an odd dream to have when you go to a convenience store and you get a router for $80.
And you're excited about it.
Because I mean, routers are usually more expensive than $80, right?
No, you can find them cheaper than that, actually.
Okay.
Some are more expensive. It's like probably a mid range router.
Ah, yeah. Okay.
Yes.
So I I thought that was kind of funny.
Thank you, babes.
Thank you, Bubs.
You're welcome, babes.
You're welcome, Bubs. It's been a while since I've had a traveling dream.
Those are fun.
Those are fun because it's like you don't really have a lot of expectations about where you're traveling to and how it's going to be, but you dream about it. Like I've had dreams about going to France, which I have no I don't really want to go to France, but it was in my dream, and I had a dream about being in England.
Nice.
I had a dream about being at the North Pole, which I have no intentions of going there. Um,
It's super lonely there, from what I hear.
yeah, I know. I mean, there are scientists. There are scientists there, but it's cold.
Yeah, you can't really do much.
Well, and then there are people that live on in Antarctica,
Yeah.
which I'm not sure how how it is a continent, but I guess people live on Antarctica. I guess in Antarctica.
Yeah, that doesn't sound like a very fun life.
No, I mean if you think for some reason if you think Alaska's boring, then
Well, keep in mind, I've never been there, but my mom lived there in the 70s. Was it, I want to say either like Juneau or Fairbanks. No, I'm sorry, neither one. She lived in King Salmon, Alaska.
mm-hmm,
And my sister moved to Alaska in the 90s. And
mm-hmm.
then, like a couple years later, I had a friend of mine, and she lived in Alaska for a little while.
Mm.
And everybody said it was boring.
Well, it depends on where you are too. You know,
Yeah.
um, I I'm trying to think now. Um, yeah, I mean, I knew. I told you about my dad's friend who was a merchant marine for years in Alaska.
Yeah.
Um, I don't know how that was for him, but that kept him away from his kids for a while. Um, but yeah, some people. I guess if you like fishing, and I would imagine you could probably sled in Alaska, probably go skiing.
Yeah, but still, there's not a lot to do. There's no real
I heard
nightlife.
I heard it's beautiful though.
I've heard that too. I'd
I heard like
love,
the
I'd love to do a performance out there. Sorry, you were about to say.
Yeah, I heard the scenery is really nice.
Yeah.
But I don't know that I want to be somewhere where it's like dark for 6 months out of the year.
Yeah, I know. I know. You know
Yeah.
what I got into, babes, when you were
Mm.
away?
Mm-hmm.
Is watching videos of people taking train rides to different places.
Mm.
And I tried to research, like, you know how they have like luxury planes and luxury
Mm-hmm.
condos and whatnot. I tried to
Mm-hmm.
see if I could find a case of any like modern day billionaires owning their own train and traveling the country by train. And I couldn't find any cases in the modern age.
Huh.
I think if I was rich, that would be something kind of cool to do. And like take a freight car along with you that had some real cars in it.
Mm.
So like you and your friends could stop at specific cities, plan it out ahead of time, then take tours
Mm.
instead of just like riding through.
Wow.
What do you think, babes?
Yeah, that would be interesting.
Yeah.
Speaking of, I just thought of something that's very tragic that I didn't, because you're talking about trains.
Yeah.
So my friend's husband was talking to him, and I think he took a train to Tennessee, because that's where his mom lives,
Yeah.
and that's where he's originally from. And he got back. I forgot where he was going to from Tennessee, but he got back to where he was, and the not that long after he got back, the same train that he took derailed. You know, the Empire Builder.
Yeah.
That was the same. That was the train he was on, but
Wow.
he wasn't on it,
Yeah. But it
of
was like
course.
a day or two later or what?
I think it was like a day later.
Wow.
I know, because I heard about that. I'm like, oh wow.
That's crazy. So he
And I
probably
said,
talked to some of the people who are still on the train and died.
I don't know. I
Hmm.
didn't ask him about that. I couldn't tell you.
That's upsetting, babes. That's too bad.
Yeah, it is. I think he either was going to Tennessee and that happened after he got there, or
Yeah.
he was coming back. I forgot what he said, but
Oh.
to know that he was on a train, um, a day, like I think it was like a day before this happened,
Yeah.
or maybe even a few days before it happened. I can't remember. I was like, wow,
That's intense,
the
babes.
Empire Builder.
Yeah.
Yeah, wow.
Well, that's too bad. They Jaylo, and of course that commercial comes into my head with that 1-800 Empire or what was it?
It was Empire Glass.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Did you hear about that one guy? What was his name? Rick something. He was on the Empire commercials and he got killed.
No, what happened?
Rick, what was his last name? Was it Rick? Rick something. But he was the person on the Empire commercials. I don't remember how he got killed, but I heard about it when I was living in Seattle, and I was like, wow, that's crazy.
That is not good.
No, it isn't. I forgot what the guy's name was.
That's too bad. I think of people's family when that stuff happens.
Yeah, I know. I can't even imagine.
Yeah.
800-588-2300.
Yes.
Yeah. Empire.
Empire.
Yes.
Yes.
I forgot what kind of a company it was. I think it was Empire. Was it glass or whatever.
You said it was glass. For some reason, I thought that they were a mattress company, but I'm probably remembering that wrong.
I don't remember if it's a glass. It's a company, but I can't remember what they sold. Um, there's another there's another jingle that I got in my head in Washington. It was like 800 800 8553.
Nice. So, what did you
Yeah.
do there? Did you guys listen to the radio or watch TV, or how did that whole thing work?
Watch TV. I mean, if I was listening to, and sometimes I was on my iPad too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I watched a lot of TV.
And was it just like a big house with a bunch of ladies there?
No, just me and her and our friends.
Nice. How many friends?
Just a couple.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, when you first told me that you were going back from for a wedding, I was thinking to myself, "Oh, you barely know this woman." But it turns out you did know her pretty well.
No, I wouldn't just go to somebody's wedding if I, barely knew them. I had to know them
Nice.
for a while.
That makes me feel good.
I mean, no, no, no. No, I mean, you know what I mean.
Yes. Yes, I do.
No, I wouldn't just go to some random person's wedding that I only met like 2 months ago.
Nice.
It's like I don't know you that well. Um, yeah, like that one time when that one guy invited me to go to this person's wedding, and I mean at the time I was not very happy with that guy, and I was just
Oh, you're
like I don't
talking
want to.
about the homeboy who was attracted to you back in the day when you were getting blindness
Yeah,
training. Yeah.
I think he ended up not going because he took out his back.
Oh, that's not good.
No, that's terrible.
Yeah, that
And
sounds really painful.
he wanted me to tell him why I want to talk to him. He's like, "Can you just tell me now?" I'm like, "No.
No.
I want you to wait for it because I really want to talk to you about this in person."
Yes.
So I made him wait, Bubs.
Very good, babes.
Yeah, homeboy had to wait, Bubs.
Homeboy had to wait.
That's wait.
I'm proud of you
Wasn't there
there.
like a sitcom on, I think it was like the WB, called Homeboys in Space?
Homeboys in Outer Space, you're
Outer
close,
Space.
was on UPN.
Okay, I never watched it.
I watched like 1 or 2 episodes in it back in the day. It was pretty bad.
What was it? What was it about?
I think what had happened, and now I barely remember this because, again, I saw only like 2 episodes and it was so long ago. I
Hmm.
think what had happened is there was these two guys from our time, meaning like early 2000s or late 90s, and somehow they got sent like 800 years into the future. So it's like two guys from our time going to, let's say, Deep Space Nine, but it's a
Hmm.
comedy.
Oh, so they were trying to make it like Deep Space Nine.
Well, I'm just giving you an example for the type of environment they're in.
Hmm.
I think it was like on a space station.
Okay.
But don't even quote me on that because it's been so long. Oh,
Ah.
speaking of which, babes,
What?
I heard some news yesterday that I am kind of maybe a little bit excited about, even though I don't always like reboots.
Okay.
They are rebooting, or at least talking about rebooting Married with Children. Here's the catch: with
What?
the original cast, and since everybody's older, the way they're talking about doing it is as an animated series.
Really?
Yes.
You mean like a cartoon series?
Yes, but it's going to be voiced by the original cast.
Interesting. Hmm.
Now,
That's
who
gonna be interesting.
who knows if that'll happen, but there was talk about it yesterday, so it's a possibility. They're currently trying to find a home for this show. That has
Hmm.
some potential
Mm-hmm.
because the show itself is so over the top and cartoonish that I could see it being an animated show.
If you think of the hijinks between Al and Peg
Yeah.
and Marcy and Jefferson and all
Also,
that.
too, because the show was so out there, You couldn't really do it as a live action show today because it would be too controversial. But I
Yeah,
think
it
with
would.
cartoons, you can get away with a lot more.
Yeah, I mean, especially if it's an adult, if it's an adult centered cartoon. I
Yeah,
mean, they get away with a lot of stuff.
they do.
Yes,
Yes. Yes, yes, yes.
that's right.
That's right, babes.
Hmm.
Well, Jaylo, did we cover
Yes,
anything or miss covering something that you wanted to discuss?
I don't think so. We covered quite a bit.
We did.
Yeah, we certainly did.
I know that the sound quality on this kind of sucked, but we worked with what we had.
Yeah, well, I mean, isn't there a way you could edit the sound of it a
I
little bit?
will, but it's still not going to sound the best. But it'll be okay. It's not going to be like completely unrecognizable. We won't
Yeah,
sound like we're in
I
the
mean,
bottom of the ocean or anything.
yeah, like we're like yeah. Well, I mean, we a couple of times that both of us moved, so
Yeah.
um,
And it's hard to get the mic placement just right. So, but it's okay.
and and
Go ahead.
and you are working with a new iPad also, correct?
No, I'm doing this off of my mixer.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
That's
You
okay.
were. Okay, I thought you were doing a combination of both. Sorry about that.
No, I'm doing it to the phone.
Hmm.
Um, but yeah, it'll be okay though. Not great, but
Oh,
okay.
okay.
Okay, babes. Well,
What else?
what gives? Well, babes, unless there's anything else you want to talk about, I'm gonna let you go.
Okay, Bubs, but I will I'll get it I'll get the bottle washed and I'll give you some fresh water with it, babush.
Sounds good, babes. I'll probably call you again around 8 tonight because I'm talking with the guys who did not like His Girl Friday.
They gotta watch it again.
Maybe I'll call you in the middle of it so you could come in and give your thoughts on it. I don't know yet.
Um, okay.
I don't know if I
I
will, but
don't
it's a possibility.
okay.
Yes.
Well, if you choose to do that, you can.
Okay.
Um, but yeah. All right.
We'll see. I don't know if I'll go that far. If they just start attacking me for the movie, I might not.
I don't know why they would.
No.
You're a terrible friend. You let us see this horrible movie. It was so bad. Were you paying attention? No.
I did tell my buddy who stayed about the other person we know who recommended The Man from Earth.
What did this person say?
He was sympathetic, but he really didn't have context because he's never seen the film, and so he doesn't
Oh.
really understand how bad it is.
Oh. Okay.
Yes.
Well, I don't know what to tell you. Baboo.
I still love you there, J-Wo.
Yes, I love you.
I love you too. And if you decide that you want to make your appointment to come here like an hour later so you can get more stuff before your mom comes, that's totally cool too.
Um,
Or maybe you want to go home like an hour earlier. I don't know. I'm just thinking because I don't know how much you have to get done before your mom comes.
okay. Well, given that I wasn't really prepared because she just told me
Yeah.
on Sunday,
Yeah.
it wasn't like she told me the Sunday before,
Mm-hmm.
or the Sunday before that. So, um, I, I'm not doing a whole lot of preparing. I think the most I'm doing is laundry and like cleaning up here and there.
Yeah.
Um, I think the latest I think I'll leave tomorrow is at 8.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying if you want to come over at 11, that's totally fine too. But I'd like to see you earlier, but I understand that, all that good stuff.
No, I think 10 will be fine actually.
Nice.
Yeah, because I'll be awake and all that.
Sounds good, babes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, all right, Bubs. I better go for now.
All right, babes. Well, I love you.
I love you. I'll talk to you later.
Talk to you later.
Okay, bye-bye.
Okay, bye-bye.